That's right, Grover. This is the fiction section. Fiction means it's a made-up story. Fiction means it's a made-up story.
But why a big secret? People are smart. They can handle it.
A person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it. 1,500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was the center of the universe. 500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat. And 15 minutes ago, you knew that people were alone on this planet.
Now, first of all, lad, we've got to get all these medieval ideas out of your head. Clear the way for new ideas. Knowledge of man's fabulous discoveries in the centuries ahead. Now, that'll be a great advantage, boy.
Advantage indeed. If the boy goes about saying the world is round, they'll take him for a lunatic.
The world is round? Yes, that's right. And it also goes around.
All right, hold on. Check this out, right? Think about this. If Dragon Ball Z is us, right? You got the hair going up towards the sun, right?
Yeah. Now, Dragon Ball Z, we already know in Dragon Ball, they go Super Saiyan. Now, my good brother, blessed me with the concept of the Super Sapien. You understand me? Those human beings with the magical powers and abilities. Now, Dragon Ball Z reminds me of similar to Superman, which I both look at as a story of a black man, right? So if you start from the beginning, what was Goku? Goku was a man from a distant civilization than the one that he was left. Similar like Superman. Superman came from a distant planet, but he came from, right, a race of warriors. Right now, Goku had bumped his head as a child, so he didn't know who he was or where he come from, which means he did not know his power. He started training at a young age, and he was, fighting against the oppressive forces, right, of the Red Ribbon Army at the time, right? Now, as Goku started to develop, he started to learn how to master his chi, right? He was fighting, and then he started to realize that he actually had superpowers that he didn't even know about, right? And he started to manifest himself into being a great warrior. He was a champion of Earth, and then he realized he had brothers in a whole different place, that were, and when they came, they didn't know they was brothers, or he didn't know that that's where he came from, right? But they despised him because he didn't even know who he was. They like, man, you weak, similar to what Superman went through, right? When, General Zod came to Earth, and he was like, man, why'd you ain't conquer these people? You don't know who you is, you don't know where you come from. Like, what's going on? Like, you was sent here to be a general. And Superman was like, no, man, I don't even be showing people my powers like that, man. I just be saving people, flying around. Now, Superman got his powers from the sun, right? Now, we already know if you gonna get powers from the sun, you got to get dark. Especially if you got the ability to fly all the way up to the sun and get roasted. Superman ain't had not one tan in not one of those movies. And he had an original name, Kal-El. You understand me? Now, Superman didn't know his pops, you feel me? But his pops left behind some ways to where he could transfer that knowledge to him of who his people was. So he started to gain knowledge himself and what his destiny was. I believe he said the S didn't stand for Superman. What did it stand for? Of power or something like that. People in the comments will let me know. But it was a symbol of hope, right? And then we go back to Goku. Goku came from a race of these Saiyans, right? Now these Saiyans would draw power where they could transform from the moon instead, right? Where Superman was of the sun, those Saiyans were of the moon. Now they race were killed by an oppressive leader named Frieza. Frieza came and destroyed all of them because he feared their potential, right? Even though they was working for him, but he feared their potential of who and what they would become, right? So he killed their whole race, but the guy who was working for him, Vegeta, I'm giving y'all a little breakdown, but I want to anyway. Vegeta was working for Frieza. He was the #1 general, but he didn't know that Frieza killed his pops. Frieza lied the whole time, right? But when Vegeta found out that Frieza was the one that killed him, now he wanted to turn against Frieza, but he was working for his oppressor the whole entire time. Because Frieza seen the future that one day a Super Saiyan would arise, that they would realize who they were, and the legend of this Super Saiyan would be his ultimate demise. Now Frieza, he came to Earth. He found out that his soldiers had met with a force that he didn't know nothing about. They killed some of his soldiers. Like, what was that? Now Frieza being afraid of this prophecy, this was his fragility the whole time because he wanted to be the supreme, most powerful in the universe. But he know as long as these Saiyans existed, right, they come from a bloodline that will always be more powerful than him. Now, Goku, he a nappy-headed character, right? He got the only hair that sticks up away from the sun. His hair sticks up just like black people. It defies gravity. Now, that sounds like somebody, right? His hair is natty and dreaded up just like the brothers that be doing the dreads, right? So Goku one day, he learned, and through the anger and fighting against his oppressor Frieza, he learned Frieza is the one that killed everybody on his home planet and his homeland, right? He turned into a Super Saiyan. You know, he started looking like the Aborigines over there, you know, in Europe, right? And he turned into a Super Saiyan because he learned how to cultivate his power and his chi, and he transformed, right? He started thinking about all the people that Frieza was killing, because Goku was good. He only wanted to kill people. Right? He'll fight you just to get stronger, because the thing about the Saiyan race, the more they fight, the stronger they become. Everything that they go through makes them stronger, right? Just like black man and just like black people in America. So as a child, I related to that story so much because it was the actual fight that gave them strength. If they didn't fight, they did not get stronger whatsoever. And so their concentration of that fight, seeing that demonstration of them growing and becoming greater. Now, some people theorize the reasons that they couldn't make any Saiyans black is because Frieza called them monkeys.
Fine, Kakarot. Then I'm taking your son. Oh, you motherfucker. All right, okay, Raditz. But let me ask you this, who's Kakarot, huh? Because I don't know who that is. Did you bump your head? Kakarot is your butt. My grandfather named me Goku, and that's what you better call me. All right. Secondly, you will not be taking my son nowhere with you. He's my responsibility.
You do like me.
Like you? What law is that say I got to like you? At least you still have your Saiyan spirit. Oh, all right, okay. We making up words now. What? You just called me a Saiyan. Well, we all know you just pulled that out your ass. No, you're a Saiyan from the planet Vegeta. Oh, all right, okay. Do you understand now? All right, okay. And you'll join me. All right, okay. Good. You can prove your loyalty by killing 100 people. Okay. Why do you keep saying that? Because King Kai ain't got sent on me!
He called them a monkey race. And don't that sound like somebody? Right? So therefore, they didn't make the skin black. Even though there was this time that this evil germ being came on Super Saiyan, and when he was turned into, look, my director is like, this is a long story. But even though when this Super Saiyan being, that evil boo came, and he was an experiment, but they tried to turn him good. So they wished him to become good, and lo and behold, he turned into Oob, right? And Oob he looked just like a Saiyan, but he was a black man. And Oob is one of the strongest, but they don't be showing Oob because they don't want to show the development of his character. You understand me? And so Oob is really, when you look at the entire Dragon Ball Z, is what the story is really about, you know? And so he had to take that brown germ, like the messenger talked about, and he had to turn that into good. He had to conquer that, but it was impossible for them to kill him. You understand me? So anyway, I say all that to say, man, we are Super Saiyan people, man. You know, we are the Gokus, we are the Vegetas. You understand me? And everything that we go through, we grow through. It makes us stronger. It doesn't suppress us, it doesn't oppress us, it grows us. But when you don't know who you are, you don't even realize that's the characteristic of your race, right? Because when he realized that, oh, I'm a Saiyan, and Saiyans get stronger through fighting, he realized it wasn't a problem no matter how many people came to Earth. Because all y'all doing is helping me develop myself into the greater version. And he kept evolving, and he became godlike, to where he was able to continue to transform into different versions of himself that got stronger and stronger, and he can fight the gods of this world, the gods of any universe. And it was a customization that he had to go through, that what made him strong and how he transformed himself ain't the same thing that made Vegeta strong. Vegeta got strong through his pride, and when everybody thought his ego was his weakness, until he learned that it was actually his strength. And when he was able to realize the customization of self, he was able to fully evolve into a god, just like Goku had realized within himself, right? And when Goku stopped trying to be the greatest fighter, he just let himself flow. That's when he tapped into his Ultra instinct, right? And so it was the realization of self that the Saiyans went through to develop who they are. So when you learn about your melanin, you learn about your history, you learn about your people, you learn about your struggle, you learn that you come from a warrior people, you learn about who you are, everything can be used to develop you into a Super Saiyan 2. I'm 19 Keys. This has been your high level conversation. Collect them Dragon Balls. That's the knowledge of self.
And the spirit bomb is from within. It's about gathering energy. Energy that's within. Energy that's in the air. God is air. Think about that. If you hold your breath, what's going to happen to you? You're not going to die. You're going to pass out. You're going to be unconscious or unconscious. But either way, you're going to be unconscious, right? Which means you're going to be somewhere else. You're not going to be here spiritually. We have air that's trapped in our body. Kung Fu and karate, they know this. If you study Kung Fu, the power comes from within. It's about breathing out, getting the air out of your body, learning how to channel the energy that's within your body. Master that. Think about that. But Dragon Ball Z, right? When he's powering up Goku, what does he have around him? An aura. What do you think is around you, Chosen One? An aura. And the stronger you are, that aura is stronger. It lights up. It's around you, but you can't see it. But other people can sense it and they can see it. The demons, they can sense that. And they don't like that. Think about that.